Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Banana Fish, episode 4. Eiji.
Right.
Oh
Eiji.
boy.
This is bad.
Yeah, you're in some
bad.
trouble.
Arthur is here.
Arthur is here. And let's hope, Caleb, that your theory about our boy, damn it, what was his name?
Shorter. Yeah.
I was gonna say Skipper, and then I was like, wait, no.
Okay,
Skipper's
yeah.
dead.
Yeah. Let's hope that at this point, Eiji is now being followed.
Exactly.
God,
he's
gonna
need it.
Oh God, he's
really going to need it.
Or at the very least, that Shorter called ahead.
Yeah.
We'll
maybe the
hope
doctor got away, and the doctor can help him out.
Yeah,
or something,
and even if that wasn't Shorter, that person could have then contacted Shorter.
That's true. Yep.
And then it could have been like, hey, this shit's going down.
Right.
This kid has no idea what he's doing.
Exactly. He's causing all kinds of chaos and stuff.
And the person who was tailing him went and called Arthur. Oh, shit. Well, here we go.
Right. But, then on top of all of that, there's still the whole idea that Ash is in prison. And, people are trying to kill him.
People are trying to kill him. The ones that have, tried thus far ended up basically getting deterred a little bit for the, for the foreseeable future, or at least for however long that is, and Max is not necessarily getting the most congenial time with Ash, because he
did shoot his brother.
He did set up a lot of this situation, unfortunately, to where Ash's brother Griff is paralyzed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's making Ash not want to let Max bodyguard him. Which,
even though in some ways Max has not done anything really to help.
That's true.
This entire
that's
time,
true.
It's all been Ash.
Yeah.
So I really, in a lot of ways, Ash might just end up running this place.
Maybe. Maybe
at this point here, but we'll see. We'll see. He's still a kid. So y'all, this is crazy. But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah. Oh, crap. Dr. Meredith is here.
Oh. Oh, shit!
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No way. No way. Hell yeah! Shorter, let's go! Yeah! Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wait, he knows him?
Standing.
Shit.
Crap.
Oh, God.
Whoa!
Okay. But the doctor got the stuff.
But did Griff get shot?
I think he did.
Griff stood up!
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, this show is nuts! In like 2 minutes, everything got flipped on its head!
Yeah, twice!
Yeah! He got shot in the chest and he's still potentially alive?
And it looked like it was that left side, pretty close to the heart. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Called it.
Oh
I
my
knew it.
God.
I knew it. Yes.
God damn it. God damn it. Oh.
All right. Yoinked. Okay, here we go.
All right. I mean, he doesn't want to be protected by you. Yeah, but he was outnumbered then.
Ha!
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, and for everyone to see.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yep, yep, yep.
Oh!
Yep, yep. Oh! Oh! Oh, shit!
damn.
He can kill him! He's got every advantage right now!
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Choto the fuck up. Yeah, yeah. Right, right. Yeah. Well done. Yeah, they won't go after you anymore. You took down literally the biggest guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But they might still if they...
Yeah, well, they have
you.
a mission. They've been paid,
Right,
you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Must be so scared.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, so the delivery system to the bloodstream or the brain is more effective.
Shit.
Oh, meaning it could have gone even longer.
Yeah. Well.
Suicides.
Okay.
Remember all the people that, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they use soldiers who are dealing with PTSD or what have you.
Right, because it'd be easy to think of it as just PTSD.
Yeah, they claim it be, oh, this is just PTSD, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be, yeah. Oh. 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 Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay.
Damn. Okay. Okay. So a split up family, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oi. That's a reasonable thing to do. What?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
It's not safe for you here, dude.
Oh no,
He
he
dead?
died. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh.
That's why you need to go home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in a really shitty situation.
Yep.
What's this?
It's not Max, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Just thoroughly punish. Okay. Well. Jeez. Yeah. 3-on-1.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Max, this is your moment.
All right.
You're gonna have to. Oh! 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 Yeah! Yeah, he will bleed out. He will bleed out.
Yeah, that's right over the carotid, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit, shit. Well. Oh! Oh!
Shit!
Oh!
Well, so much for that problem.
Oh! I felt like 10% of that
Yeah.
vicariously.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
I mean,
he's like, I gotta keep you here, yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, who's that? Oh! Ha! What?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let out your frustrations on me. Yep. Oh, Max, that's...
Yeah.
I love this guy. He's just like the ears and the eyes, you know.
Right,
He
exactly.
sees everything, he hears everything.
That's how he gets by in prison. He
Yeah.
just has info.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh. Yeah, who's to say?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, he's just breaking down. Yeah. Oh. Drink because you're happy, never because you're miserable. Ugh.
Okay.
All right, what a roller coaster episode.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Plenty
Wow.
more action, and yet a surprisingly like mellow episode, all things considered.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think the pacing is finding this really good balance of having insanely fast-paced, crazy, chaotic scenes like in the very beginning of the episode to the more middling, like, fast-paced but also more tense thriller scenes like with the bull and then the part where the three guys, you know,
Go after Ash, yeah.
Go after Ash.
Yep.
And then Max gets involved. All that's really good. And then we have these quiet moments where they're drinking bourbon and mourning.
Right.
And in some ways, you know, they're not able to really help each other, but they can be at the very least in the same space together and kind of commiserate over that.
And that was one of the things that I really liked in this episode is kind of like a follow-up to the previous one.
Sure. Yeah.
Because Ash was kind of the main person sort of like saying things in the conversation, you know, so to speak, like between him and Max.
Episode,
yeah. And so this was kind of Max's chance to think about all of the stuff that had happened, and be like, okay, he doesn't want me to help him. Yeah, so I'll move to a different cell. All of that stuff. Damn it! But he is Griffin's kid brother. Ah, shit!
I gotta do this. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he doesn't need my help with the bull.
Right.
But if it's a more than one-on-one deal, yeah, he's going to need some help.
He's going to need some help. And also, just from the standpoint of keeping him from doing anything too crazy so that way he can still actually get bail, so that way he can get out of the prison. Cool.
Right.
And Max being the one to be like, hey, yes, I'm telling him that his brother's dead, but I'm going to be the one to keep him here.
Yeah.
Keep the damage to a minimum.
I'm going to let him hit me a few times.
Yeah.
And I'll hit back.
Right.
So that he doesn't leave.
Right. But, you know.
But
okay. It was like it
was part one of the commiseration.
Exactly.
This was them mourning together, and then once they had spent themselves.
Yeah.
And I loved the moment in the cell where you can see him step out and he's got the fork, and
he's
basically
thinking about it.
Ash Ash is trying to drum up the hatred. He's trying to drum up the reason to kill this guy, and he's like, I can't do it. I can't. Yep. I want to hate you. I want to kill you.
It's Ash's parallel to Max being in the cafeteria with
exactly.
the cup. Yeah. It's
okay. It hits really well because Ash is a character that we've really got to know a lot more than Max. But the difference is that we saw that scare, that panic in Max in the very, very beginning, where he's like, "No, what is going on? I'm sorry, I have to do." And then he stops him. He stops Griff. But now Griffin's dead. And in some ways, all this shit that Max is going through, that we did build up a little bit in this episode, I thought that was very clever, telling us about his family, the idea that probably because of him going to prison, his family gets split up. His son...
he's going to lose custody.
Probably he's not going to have custody of him anymore. It was probably a situation where the kids chose their parent, because it sounded like he was saying that there was more than one kid, basically. I think they were saying that
you could totally be right. I didn't catch
a daughter
like
as well. When he was talking to the lawyer in the in the bit there.
I probably just missed that bit.
Okay, but But basically that whole you don't want to hurt Michael any further. How's the boy? Okay, so maybe it was just the
Jessica being the wife,
Jessica being the wife, right. So, I mean, the fact that now he wasn't there to protect Griffin this time.
Nope.
And not only that, like all this stuff of what it's led up to is potentially going to be a thing where his brother Ash is someone that he'd love to basically support. He'd love to be there and help him get vengeance on these banana fish guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that after this we now have a new dynamic being introduced into the show, right? Because in show's called Banana Fish, and the main two characters are definitely Ash and Eiji, right?
Yes.
That's the primary main new connection that we get shown to us, right?
Ash is the main character.
Ash is the main character, and then Eiji is the one that basically ends up getting brought into Ash's world, right?
Yeah, fish out of water.
Yes, and because it's a romance and the feelings are very strong and upfront between the two of them, it's a dynamic that is able to be established quickly in this very fast-paced show, right?
Yeah, and it's very much not the focus of the plot. It's just just a thing that's understood rather quickly.
That's the situation.
As that little bit of extra reason as to why they're wanting to see each other again.
Exactly. Yeah. But with someone like, say, Max, it's not as straightforward, right? There's a lot more complications with regards to the past history and things like that, and him knowing his brother and stuff like that. So I like that there was that conflict that Ash had to deal with, and now it's not just he's the war buddy that is a friend of your brother, so he'll help you out. It's no, he's Max, right? And I know how the two of them connect, which is really good because again, with a short show like this, you want to have that stuff done quickly, so that way you can keep moving with all the rip roaring thrill-a-minute plot stuff.
Yeah, and this episode gave us basically everything we could have wanted and way more with that. I love that Shorter was the guy, not just because my theory was that, but also because when he then shows up, he's solo.
Yeah.
Shorter is by himself, the absolute mad lad.
Yep.
He stares down basically 4 guys and is just like, yep, oh yeah, and your watch guy out there? Yeah, you were blustering and making so much noise,
Yeah, I took him out nice and quiet.
Took him out easily. It didn't even need to be quiet. You were so loud.
Yeah, exactly. Shorter is so goddamn lucky because the amount of times that he could have died, right? And he hasn't. He has gotten away without a scratch so far. That's impressive. I want to chalk it up to his purple hair, or just his cool shades.
I think it's that he has balls of solid steel.
Yeah.
This man came in here and was like, oh. No, you think you can do this shit? You think you can do this shit? Ash sent this little idiot out there. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Arthur, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Get out of here.
Oh, you've got other people with you who all have guns and stuff.
Yeah,
who cares?
As
long as I have the one gun pointed at Arthur, I can control how this goes. And if not for Griff actually
waking up,
that it would have gone perfectly. Because Arthur is definitely not gonna he's gonna value his own life, right? He's not gonna be like, who cares about me? Kill him, No,
right.
No, And the other two, they don't want to be on Arthur's bad side, even if they do manage to take Shorter out without Arthur dying. Arthur will still be pissed at what the fuck, guys?
Yeah, I just love Shorter. He has zero chill.
Yep.
He has all the courage, all the stupidity of someone who's extremely courageous, and yet he's pulling through this by the shortest part of his pink hair. Now, Griff recognized the doctor guy that works with Dino.
And now, he called him Banana Fish, it seemed.
Called him Banana Fish, but the thing that's weird about this is that him saying that made this guy panic, right? Because he's like, you should be dead, right?
Right.
Now, what might be the oddest part about this is that what he's basically saying is that if you've been under the effects of the drug, for all that amount of time, even if you were shot back then,
right.
And then they knew you were maybe officially declared KIA or what have you, or, some kind of accident or what have you. For whatever reason, the part that's weird about this is that it wouldn't have been hard for them to go and look at the records and probably find out the truth of the matter.
Possibly.
So why? Okay, there's a couple ways. I'll explain in a second here, but basically, either he's surprised because the drug should have killed him by now, made him do that. But obviously he's paralyzed, so he can't necessarily do that. Second part, he had wrong info that he survived the gunshot wound, basically. Then why do you get wrong info? That's the second thing. And then 3, the idea that he's terrified. There's a difference between being shocked that he's alive, right? But he was terrified.
Yeah, so
meaning there are implications of him being alive that are way bigger than his safety.
Than just Griff being alive.
Right.
So this is my thoughts on it. I want to throw it out there. You see what?
Yeah, let's percolate on this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because there was obviously some kind of foul play, or something shady was going on, right? They try and cover it up for his safety, for Griff's safety.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
He's certainly not going to be fighting anymore, right? And maybe just for the peace of mind of the family, or something like that, right? It's we'll declare him KIA, right?
Cool. Okay.
Then as far as the doctor, I'm guessing the reason why he's shocked is because not only is he alive, but if Griff recognized the doctor, that means that the doctor would have been there and would have been the doctor that gave him the drug, probably, right?
Oh.
Which is interesting because this guy, I would have assumed until now, was someone who was working with Papadino to make the stuff, and theoretically that could have been true. But if he was actually on site when it was getting distributed...
He was the test guy. He was testing on the soldiers, maybe.
That is a very big deal, right? And it makes sense because they probably want it to be
He's an
small
eyewitness.
doses so that way they can figure out exactly what it does. But yeah, Griff at that point is an eyewitness to potentially everything that the doctor did.
Right, and that's the thing, is that it might not be... Because I really don't think Griff is the only person to have dealt with this shit.
Oh, totally.
I'll bet you that they used soldiers like test subjects.
Right, and they mentioned even at the beginning of the show that there was another buddy who died
who had
of a bad drug experience. Right.
Now he calls out this Abra. Now that sounds like Abraham or some kind of some kind of Islamic or Hebrew Aramaic name or what have you.
Right. It very much sounded like that wasn't the full word. He was starting to say something and starting to say a name.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't able to finish. Maybe that's the name of the doctor.
Maybe that's his name. When he was there,
Sure. Yeah. There's all kinds of directions that they could take this, but if either this doctor guy is either not that important in Papadino's overall infrastructure with Banana Fish and everything, or he is, and then there's a lot more consequences to this. But I feel like it could totally be something where he's not actually that big of a deal.
Exactly, yeah.
Because if they're doing all of these tests and stuff, you'd think that someone that's on site would be the equivalent of like an assistant to the real head honcho, and they're like sending back their data because there's actually like 10 different locations around the globe where they're doing this kind of stuff, right?
What I get the vibe of is that this guy was one of the people that's a potential convenient dead end if everything's got too hot. Is that basically he's the one that then ends up being the fall guy for, he was testing things on soldiers. He's a shitty guy and just doing this shit for kicks and giggles and what have you.
Yep.
Because of the way he handled the gun as well, I don't think he was necessarily a soldier or war vet or what have you that was actually meant to be there. Yeah. I think he came there and did not stay there. So he was there for probably like a small amount of time, but nothing crazy.
While he was doing whatever his work was that made him interact with Griff and the other guy who ended up getting the banana fish.
Yeah. And the point I brought up about the terror is that I understand the whole, you're a ghost, how should you be alive?
Sure.
But the terror in combination with the certainty that you're supposed to be dead, which I feel like has veins of a cover-up. And I have been on the Ash is actually being like set up as this ultimate sting
by
like the FBI for Papadino. But the idea that what he might have traded for like cooperation is basically to help his brother disappear. That to say that his brother died.
I think
that to keep him safe.
Yeah, I think that holds a lot of weight because, like, even the thing that I threw out before of like maybe it was as like a hey, as a nicety, basically, as a polite gesture. That's not really something that you do, like not when it's something like this, especially something as serious as, a soldier going crazy and shooting at his own squad, like that's kind of a big deal.
That is kind of a big deal,
So if that was to be covered up, that does seem like it would support the whole Ash undercover sting operation theory.
It also is a thing where they could get into the political commentary side of things where they wouldn't want that kind of a story to make it back overseas, where it's like, this one? Oh, no, we have reasons to help cover this up because we want this war to continue as long as possible to fuel the military-industrial complex and all that.
Maybe at most you say that it was like an unfortunate situation of friendly fire where, like, in the heat of combat, something ends up happening.
And he gets shot after, like, shooting someone else because they thought that he was in
the enemy or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
Because war gets chaotic, right? And you could totally have that.
Oh, yeah. I have heard stories. Of near misses where it's a situation where intel is slightly off and people that went too far ahead didn't follow the chain of command and what have you, end up in a situation where some other people bust through a building and they barely didn't kill like the whole squad that was in the building. It's just this whole thing where you're like, oh shit, guys, this could have been really bad.
And then it's like, oh, okay, so that's why the military is all like discipline,
Yeah. And keep exactly within the structure of the orders that you're being given, because shit can go down. And I mean, Shorter, you're lucky here, but I kind of like in some ways that Griff wasn't lucky here.
Yeah.
Because what's really cool about this in a sequence of events side of things is that Ash did this by giving the stuff to Eiji. So then Eiji ended up blundering about, creating the situation and scenario by which Griff then gets found, which then ends up leading to him dying. So it's a very, very meandering sequence of events.
But you can see how it happened, and the idea that
Arthur?
No. What's the guy? Eiji's overseer,
eBay.
basically. eBay, that's right.
Yeah, eBay Shinichi,
The fact that eBay's like, no, you're going home. Well, this is why. Like, yes, he can't actually make Eiji go home. I mean, theoretically, maybe. But
that is actually the weird thing here, is that our boy, Eiji, is an adult.
Yes.
He is an adult. But
legally, eBay cannot make him go home. But theoretically, I get the feeling he could probably figure something out.
Right, but the idea that also that he's like, well, but what am I going to tell your parents?
Eiji really didn't seem to care about that, and he even ended up thanking him of thank you for I'm grateful that you brought me here. I mean, I really needed that. So maybe it's something where he was also trying to get away a bit. When I think about what would cause someone to spur of the moment through a serendipitous or unfortunate set of circumstances, whichever way you want to look at it.
Go to the other side of the world, basically.
Well, not go to the other side of the world. Go to the other side of life, right? Where it's the he probably had a very comfortable regular life, right?
Oh,
and now he's
helicopter
going to
parents.
Sure,
He's 19. Like, why is he still living at home?
Who knows? But now he's going to dive deep into the world of crime, right? Yes. A cute boy will definitely help, right? And the heartstrings of, hey, all this crazy stuff's happening. I feel involved. I feel partially responsible. I wanna help, right?
Sure.
That'll definitely do it. But if you also have something that kind of makes you want to stay away from, stuff back home, that I feel like then suddenly it clicks into place of being that much more believable, right?
He is a student. I did just remember that he's not necessarily living at home. It's just the idea that he probably is working out some deal with his folks for his education.
Could
so
be,
it's actually
totally.
probably just a thing where his folks were like, no, why would you go to the U.S.? You've got education right now. You don't need this. And he's like, well,
I'm studying photography or journalism or whatever it was.
I'm gonna learn journalism from this guy.
Right, be an exchange student for a bit.
Yeah. And I think that's probably the simplest explanation that works with what we know about Eiji thus far.
Yeah, this not to compare like the show has to do something similar, but another show that explored a fairly similar topic as far as character dynamics, where you have the two main characters that might have a will they won't they, and then one is from like the regular society life and had a very comfortable upbringing and everything.
Sure.
And then one who's like in the rougher neighborhood and is the fighter and the gangster and all that. Black Lagoon, right?
Yeah.
And we're very early in this show, so we'll have to see how this story ends up deciding to do it.
Yeah.
And given that this is from a really old source material, who knows? It might have been an inspiration for Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon ripped off Cowboy Bebop.
Let's not assume here. It could have ripped off many things, but
it ripped off Cowboy Bebop.
But it did totally rip off Cowboy Bebop.
No,
yes.
I don't think I see any real comparison in that regard between this and Black Lagoon in the broader story stuff. But yeah, the
Rock and Revy dynamic.
But the Rock and Revy dynamic is very much a thing that is like a tried and true trope. It works really well here. The thing I just like about this is that they're not actually putting these characters together that much, because we need to see who Eiji is independent of any kind of duo dynamic.
Yep.
And it's more and more cementing the idea that Eiji is not the main character.
No.
Ash is. And that's really important, because with having the brother die this early, that means that, well, Ash's motivations are going to change slightly.
Ash's motivations are going to change, and it makes it clear in no uncertain terms the danger of the situation that Eiji's in and why it's so important for eBay to be like, hey, let's get you out of here. Well, no, right, but like one person died and then another person died. So, like, you see how this pattern's going,
They're
right?
both right near you.
Yeah, exactly, right near you. You have been lucky both times that it didn't end up being you.
Yeah.
But eventually, it probably will. Because when it comes right down to it, Eiji is not from this world, and he is not equipped to be in this world, right? While he might learn stuff really quickly and do, not too bad, all things considered, he kind of has a clock over his head, right?
Yeah, by being in this world, other people are going to die around him trying to protect him, or he is going to die. That is just the reality.
That's just sort of how it goes.
And I'm impressed with this show having just enough characters to where we can pull off really convincingly how to describe this. There's some times where you have like a moment where a story is like, we need a death, so we're going to contrive out a death here. Nah, this one here felt like, oh shit, something miraculous happened. Yeah. And that's the only thing that might be contrived, that he got up.
Right, but even then, because it's a mystery and we don't know exactly how all this stuff works, the fact that he ended up being able to... Because, like, theoretically, yes, he got paralyzed because of the gunshot wounds and stuff, but that also might have been a long-term side effect of the drug.
Yep.
Because we never really saw what happened to people after a long time. They all killed themselves. So maybe if someone was rendered incapable of killing themselves, what kind of effect would that have on a person?
Yeah.
And then suddenly he runs into someone who he knew from back then, right, that maybe gave him this drug specifically.
Yep.
Oh yeah, something different and weird happens because
Sure.
we've never had a situation like this before.
Right.
And then as a result of that, he gets shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally buy that. Favorite line, though, or sequence of lines came from Max, though.
Oh yeah.
Point where he's like, hey, like, he has a weakness to blame for it, talking about how Griff,
Use drugs to
cope,
compensate. Yeah.
But he says, but maybe any sane human would do the same.
Yeah.
And then he follows it up with, I'll never forgive the men who try to make a profit out of people's weaknesses. As he's basically throwing back the bourbon to mourn here. Because he basically made the whole point of, hey, I have a right to mourn too,
Yep. And I'm glad he stood up for himself there. Because it's like, yes, even though he's your brother, right? He was also one of my best friends.
Yeah.
We both lost somebody.
We went all through that hell together.
Yeah.
And maybe I got through this without, the drugs, basically.
Right. He got through it a bit more
But
visibly unscathed.
Yeah. But he's still scarred.
Oh, yeah.
He's still scarred from this. He had to put down one of his best buddies.
Yep.
Like that will fuck you up.
There definitely weren't a lot of therapy sessions probably going over that in particular.
And hence he drinks and
Yep.
yeah. I really love the combination of a character who's not necessarily the focus character, but you realize that if the story wanted to, or if this was a different story, they could absolutely be the main character.
Yep.
There's something really cool about that where you're like, wait a minute, this character is realized enough that they could actually carry their own show. Like, they could carry their own story.
Sure.
Like, Max, I absolutely am on board with him as of the end of this episode. The stuff that they got up with the family, the stuff they got up to the complications with Ash, Griff's
Good
death,
stuff.
The little monologue at the end here, leading to the little bit of the conversations. They kind of understand each other and they share a drink. I honestly think that this is one of those death flag moments where, because he's not the main character, because in a lot of the ways the way this is set up, I mean, Max could be dead next episode.
Yeah. Ash is probably the main character because he's the one who either survives this or survives till the end of it.
Yeah, I think it's that he's guaranteed to survive very close to the end of it. And then if he dies at all, it's going to be at the very end or not at all. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But everyone else,
everyone else is up on the chopping block. Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe not Eiji until like the halfway point.
Yeah,
Eiji feels like the kind of character that would die only after he's become adapted to the world.
Right.
Like, and he might not ever really do that.
Yeah.
Depending on how this goes.
And he is the secondary main character, so at the very least it'd be like end of Act 2 kind of a thing.
Yeah, in a weird way, that's why Shorter can't die, because we don't know Shorter enough.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Shorter is...
He kind of has that like rule of cool side character bit where it's like, we're not really going to make him that developed as a character.
We're going makes him safe.
And that makes him safe, right? He is the idea of the ultimate bro that's always there, right? And we love him for it, right?
Right.
But as a result, no backstories to get into.
No harm shall befall that purple-haired boy.
Although there was that bit in the OP where there's the lady that's like with Shorter and everything, and that
might have been a guy actually. I've been looking at that part in the OP like more and more closely.
Could be.
It might not assume,
be, right?
I did assume too.
But at the very least, that's something that hints at potential focus with Shorter, which does worry me because I feel like Shorter, if Max is the person that could die like in the next couple episodes, I feel like Shorter is the one that
dies in 10
that dies before Eiji, right? Like maybe he even dies to save Eiji, right? And then that's like the ultimate tragic death before it's like just Ash and Eiji left, Yeah,
because this definitely has that like mob kind of vibe thing where either this is the story where literally no one makes it out alive, or like one or two people make it out alive.
Right, exactly.
And it's like one of them is a random cop, that tells the story basically.
Yeah. Because when I think
of firefight,
right, like when I think about the ways to hurt Ash, now Max is on the table. But then, other than Eiji, it's Shorter.
It's Shorter, yeah.
Like, it's totally Shorter.
And it's because they, like, the story just decided to do it. They killed Griff.
Yeah.
I still can't really believe it because there's so much about the plot that he is wrapped around wrapped around him, really. So now
they kind of just fully brought him back in, and then bam.
Hey, this is
the turnover rate's quick.
Eiji is set up to be the investigator now because he saw how the doctor reacted to Griff being alive.
That's true.
That's in his head, and Shorter can corroborate that, and then they can end up having a little bit of a thing where they kind of. That can be Eiji's kind of like through line for the story, is that he gets
a direct thing that he can do in this world, even though he doesn't have the tools to survive in this world.
Right, but that could be the thing where he does it from the different angle because he's different.
Yeah, that fresh perspective.
Yeah, but y'all, this show's fantastic, and thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.